Test 1 2. Where are we at today? Okay, there. So first things first, go ahead and get our scanners. On the micro caps, we have FAMI, Gels, MVO, BCTX, and XAir. A lot of these are red on today. On the non-micros, we have Beam, NRXP, and INTC. So Intel is up there, NRXP, and Beam. Let's see what has catalyst for today. And also remember, today is the CPI drop, and we also have many speakers from here to Friday. So be on the lookout for all of maybe some indecision in the market. We'll see. Plus, we have the ruling for Trump's tariffs to see if they are going to be discontinued or how they're going to be handled out of that court ruling. All right, so now let's look through and see what has catalyst. So let's just start with FAMI. FAMI did a big old round trip. Good morning, Hebrew. FAMI did a big old round trip up here to 181, came all the way back down to 124. It says Farmy Inc. subsidiary subchains Group Inc. completes FDA food facility registration. So they just registered their facility, and that it looks like a Chinese company as well. Check it. Sure. Me. It may be blocked. I see one popping up called AZI as well, but I'm gonna keep on going down and listen till we get to it because it does not have the most volume. It just came up. It's up 25%. AZI. Let's see, FAMI, did we? Come on now, load up. Go slow, buddy. All right, well, while we wait, I will go over here and see what AZI is doing. AZI has some type of catalyst. It says it regained NASDAQ compliance, so that's not the greatest catalyst. So yeah, doing. It is storming where I am, so that's probably why it's working kind of slow today. Slow today. It's blocked. Okay, Hebrew say he tested it. It's blocked on FAMI. So I'll go ahead and notate that. So, TOS block stock. And it is out of China. It's a Chinese block stock. Okay. Let's go on to the next one. Gels. Gels, no clear catalyst on today. AZI. This one was the NASDAQ compliance. Is this another Chinese? If it's a bunch of Chinese companies, we definitely got to be careful. This looks like it's Asian. It may be blocked too. Let me try it. Yep, blocked on AZI. It is another Chinese stock. So we got Chinese stocks up on a day that we have all these court appearances and speakers and stuff. So not only is there going to be indecision in the market, there's going to be danger from these Chinese companies, but not for TOS traders, of course, because they care about us. So yeah, that's how that works out. All right, so let's see. Chinese TOS blocked. All right, next one, MVO, no catalyst. BCTX, we saw that on the other day. No fresh catalyst on today. They did do a public offering. So they initiated a public offering on BCTX, which now is down 54%. So wow, let me notate it did initiate public. Public offering. All right, XAir, one that was moving yesterday. No fresh news on it, and then EVTV. No fresh news on it. All right, now to the non-micros. Beam, BEEM, has 15 million, so it has the most volume on the day. 15 million shares. This is the micros, and this is the non-micros. Let's see. Beam Global announced, so this is an earnings play, announces Q4 2025 revenue increase over 50%. So this is an earnings play. Let me mark that. Earnings, probably not going to mess with that. All right, NRXP. Let's see. NRX Pharmaceuticals announces 70,000 patient data on real-world use of ketamine for the treatment of suicidal depression. Okay, suicidal depression. So they're into psychiatric drugs. Suicidal depression. And then Intel. Intel's already got 2 million shares traded, and it is a large cap, so hopefully it doesn't steal the whole day. All right, so at this point, let's just see what looks the most bullish and see what if it fails or if it gives up or whatnot. Right now, what looks the most bullish? Is the Chinese stocks? Yeah. AZI, most bullish right now, 35%. See how this one falls. Okay, so while we're waiting, let's go over the trades from yesterday and long list of errors. What's up? No, I did not. I did not trade XAir yesterday. Did not. So that's why I was about to go over the trades from yesterday. Glad you asked. So let's get into it. Yesterday, I made a little blunder. It was a red day. It was a controlled red day, but it was still a red day. One of the things, and I labeled all of my trades, so I got this one. I actually ended up trading UAVS. I ignored the stock with the most volume, which was XAir, and it was a couple of them that would have more volume than UAVS. But UAVS and EVTV were on the same topic, and so I was like, well, UAV. But the thing is, I missed UAVS, the best entry, and ended up, trading it later on after the volume kind of puttered out on it. So UAVS, one of the mistakes that I put on here, I traded a stock with too much competition, and it was a 20% struggler, right? So a lot of times the stocks that I trade are well over 20%. They're pushing highs, they're doing whatever they need to do. This one was getting up to 20%, going back to 18, going back to 17, just a 20% struggler. The loss that I had on it was 6 cents, so a 6-cent loss, and I cut it. I put my hard stop in there and it stopped me out. So I was like, yep, well, that's it. Not a huge loss on that. Definitely within reasonability, but it was my first true red day on the month. I ended up trading that, and it is what it is. Just my focus was in the wrong place, but it is what it is. Like I said, we still got a bunch of the month to go. We're still sitting nice and green on the month, but it is what it is. Every day can't be perfection. A little blunder, but I made sure that I did not give back a bunch of profit holding and hoping. Once I saw that this one didn't work, I was like, yeah, I'm done. But let me show you on the chart why I ended up jumping into it and why I actually missed the initial run on this thing. Okay, so let's go back to UAVS. Let's go back to the 15th chart. Zoom back a little bit. All right, so this is where I was originally looking, and I had okay. 1 minute. This one's a little bit spread out. I tell you what, this thing jumping around. Maybe the 5 minute. I don't know. Yeah, it's not gonna let me do it. Crazy. Slowly, slowly. Okay. So this is where I was watching UAVS, and I should have just took the trade, but I did not. It was on. It was at the beginning. It had dropped a nice little bit to 175, came back up and gained the ATR high, and just popped from the ATR high all the way up here to 209. And I saw that, I was like, ooh, that was crazy. So it came back down here to 182. And I was looking at this trend right here. First time. I was like, that is interesting. So I was waiting, kind of waiting around for it because it had this at first it had a trend like this. I had updated it. Had a trend like this. And I saw it come up here and fail and came back and started to hold this level. So I ended up entering. Let me see what my price was. I entered at 194. 194, looking for that break. It might have been this one right here. Pumped all the way up here. I entered at like 194, looking for the break out of this level. It just didn't happen. Came back down here and it ended up stopping me out. Let me see. Where did it stop me out? Time did this. I held, and it ended up stopping me out, I believe, somewhere 12 or so up in here. Oh, right here. This is where I got stopped out. Came up here and started holding. I was looking for it to break back up, but it did not. So it is what it is. It did go back up there to 198, but it just wasn't worth the wait. The volume was drying up, and I just left it alone. But yeah, that was a trade from yesterday. Nice controlled loss, and so we're just looking for the next catalyst to come through. AZI continuing to push upward. It's the most bullish one right now, and it has almost 3 million. Well, now it does have 3 million shares traded, but it is blocked on TOS. Chinese stock. Both of the stocks that we looked at, FAMI and AZI, Chinese stocks. But yeah, waiting on CPI news to come out today. Let me go over here and look at the news overall. Our U.S. tariff revenue drops nearly $3 billion as Scottish ruling looms. Meanwhile, China's trade surplus reached 1.2 trillion in 2025. Google's app. Well, let's look at the latest news first. Iran death toll rises and Trump ratchets up military threats. Trump reasserts Greenland claim as diplomats arrive in U.S. Honeywell announces Quantinuum's plan to file for IPO. Belgian cybersecurity startup Aikido gets unicorn status with new funding round. Retail traders pile into memory chip makers as AI boom squeezes supplies, lifts prices. Ryanair rules out equipping planes with Musk Starlink internet. Sky5 raises 12 million, turns satellite images into insights. All right, Google's Apple AI deal marks huge loss for OpenAI. Buffett warns AI risk match nuclear weapons. The genie is out of the bottle. Bank of America, Wells Fargo report profit surge. U.S. mortgage rates slide to one of the lowest levels since 2022. Growing number of options traders see no Fed cuts in 2026. G welcomes stream of leaders shaken by Trump's New World Order. Proposed billionaires tax in California rattles Silicon Valley. Bank earnings, airlines, why Delta is best in class in a rowdy class. AI trade is set to expand. Okay, Meta is a hated name right now. All right. So yeah, Trump talking about Powell. So look at any more latest news. All right, Hebrew, peace out. Let me see. AZI is the one that's pumping up right now. Has almost 4 million shares traded. On Power Bank earnings, blah, blah, blah. All right. Yeah, AZI may be the leader in volume in the micro floats with this regaining NASDAQ compliance catalyst. Doesn't mean it's the leader on the day, or doesn't mean it's the best trade, but yeah, it's definitely getting some attention. NRXP had suicidal depression, but nobody seems to be over there on that one. Intel barely moving now as well. 2 million shares traded. We're going to see if anything can come up and challenge AZI. Today, as far as the speakers go, today is the 14th. We have regulations, the supply side, and monetary policy getting talked about in Athens, Greece. So that's a long way away. And then the next speaker will be tomorrow in Washington D.C. and then another one in Massachusetts, and then one in Boca Raton, Florida. Like Florida. And then we have a holiday on Monday. We're going into a holiday weekend for traders. ZI still has not turned around yet. Just a straight up motion. You all are seeing anything else other than AZI, definitely let us know. We'll check it out. But right now, it's the only thing I'm seeing on my scans. The most bullish looking stock right now. Almost 5 million shares traded. NRXP falling. Suicidal depression going on down. Brian says he scalped Beam and NRXP earlier, but yeah, man. Yeah, Beam was a little wicker. Wicked up there twice out to the 250s. Game, and this was an earnings play, so I mean, earnings is sometimes just kind of dead unless it comes out with some other news to boost it. And then you said you also did NRXP, suicidal depression. I didn't know how. Now it depends on what phase. A lot of these pharmaceutical companies, when they get to their end phase, like phase 3, and they got their FDA approvals and all of that stuff, that's when they kind of get exciting. But before that, everybody's just on the rocks. AZI just not wanting to give it up just yet. 5 million shares traded. On the micro scanner, AZI is literally almost number 2 up here, but it still has a while to catch up with Beam. Beam still has 15 million and NRXP has 7 million, so it's catching up with them pretty quickly. But the first thing we got to do is find the obvious stock on the day. And if there is no obvious stock, or if the stock is kind of like trash, like a Chinese stock or something like that, we just kind of got to play it as it comes, and maybe it'll be a no trade day. Yesterday probably should have been a no trade day for me. There was no day one catalyst to play. There was a bunch of continuation. I just don't do well on continuation. UAVS had a day one catalyst. That's why I was on that one. But I missed the initial where I really should have been in it, watching it, and I just watched it rip, and I was like, oh man, oh well. I thought, see, most of the times if something is good, it'll give you another chance, but UAVS just did not have the volume to support continuation. All right, AZI coming on down now. Almost 6 million shares traded. Up 39, 38%. So pretty much everything that we see is right under 40% on the micro floats and the non-micros. non-micros, they're not even over 30%. So yeah, very light-hearted movers today. I think it's because of the indecision. Let's also look at the overall market. Overall market yesterday, it had a couple of little kind of spikes up, but ended up hitting a wall up here around 26 and has petered down back into the 25,700s. And has a little bit of what looks like a trend down, which makes sense with all the things that are about to happen at the into the end of this week. But overall, this week has been pretty successful. Six million shares on AZI. Is it going to go ahead and fall? Give up the guts? We have 2 minutes until the top of the hour, 7 o'clock Central Time for me. Get a high up here of 457. I want to control at $4. And the two leading the day are Chinese stocks. So FAMI came all the way down here to 120. And it's continuing to get some volume down here as well. But AZI is running up on it. FAMI is also only up 1% now, so that is pretty much a dead stock on the day. Okay. So AZI just took the lead as far as volume on the micro caps. So it just jumped up to 9 million shares traded. Behind it is FAMI. And so anything else that pops up on the micros has a lot of competition to catch up with AZI. Let's go back over here to Beam. Beam has 21 million NRXP. So now AZI needs to catch up with these non-micros if it's going to lead on the day. NRXP has 13 million. Beam has 21 million. It was the top of the hour. That's why there was a little bit of a volume spike there. Ooh, NRXP is definitely suicidal and depressed. Wow. Straight on down there. Only up 9% now, so that is a no-go. Wow. $10 million shares on AZI now. Now it's catching up with NRXP pretty quickly. Only 3 million shares to go to catch it. See if any fresh news has popped out here. Let's see what time the CPI drops. Else is expected. Will CPI drop? Here. Anybody know what time CPI data is dropping to? Hmm. All right, AZI, another little pump down. Some more stocks got added to our non-micros, so none of them are up over 20% though. Irene, all of these, none of these are just big gappers. Pretty much looking like a slow day on the non-micros and a slow day in the small caps as well, with the leading gainer up 46%, but just not having the leading volume. Want to see something that's leading the pack and with volume and gain. And RXP continued to drop on off. Beam not even moving. 8:30 long list of errors says 8:30 for CPI data to drop. And that's probably going to be Eastern time, so that'll be 7:30 for me. So that'll be 25 minutes from now. It should drop. But I would definitely be careful trading into the open after it drops. We'll see. People got to read and kind of get their reports. And if the day is already looking like this, they may sit on their hands, or it may be something that spikes out. But for right now, Chinese companies leading on a day like this is kind of a red flag. Just a little bit. AZI continue to break lower lows. The ATR high down here at 880 or 382. Yep, long list of errors. That's what I'm saying. We gotta. It's kind of we're in formulation mode to see what's gonna happen. But I like to sell myself into trades a little bit. I wanna have some reason to enter. And I pretty much start from a point of a no trade day. And then the better the news I see, it kind of pulls me off the bench, and I'm like, you know what? Let's just take a chance. I like this news. I like this catalyst. I like the things that I'm seeing. So let's just get in, get active. Like, I don't want to start a day like, oh yeah, I'm definitely taking a trade today for sure, 100%. I'm going to take a trade. I don't know that. So I start from the opposite end. Fammy, what are you doing? Only a 4%. Horrible. This one came down there. Brian called out feed, F-E-E-D. F-E-E-D. See what that is. Feed jumping up here, $3.19. I'm sure I'm gonna see this one. Oops. Sure I'm gonna see this one soon on my scans. Let's see what the volume is. It's got 3 million, so it should be popping up. Yeah, it's a micro float. So it definitely should be popping up. We got 1 million shares. It's got plenty of competition above it. Yeah, it'll be popping up there in a little bit. It has it says exclusive microcap in view medical lunches OTC reusable syringes for feeding medication delivery. Okay, infit. So look at this one. Feed FD. Okay, this one is out of Tyler, Texas, United States. It has 31 employees. It is a healthcare and in the industry of medical devices. Invu Medical, through its subsidiaries, focuses on non-invasive biological response activating devices that target biofilm prevention, pain therapy, wound healing, and at-home administration without medical professional assistance. Its product portfolio includes Euro, Shield, and ultrasound-based product that is designed to prevent bacterial colonization and biofilm in urinary catheters, increase antibiotic efficacy, and decrease pain and discomfort associated with urinary catheter use. Company also offers EuroShield Ultra, which is another so catheters are the main thing that they focus on to treat pain while using catheters. Company sells its products directly to patients as well as through distributor agreements in the United States, Europe, Australia, Israel, New Zealand, and internationally. The company was formerly known as Nano Vibronics. We heard of this before. It changed its name. Yeah, it changed its name to Invu Medical in December 2025. Invu Medical was incorporated in 2003. Yeah. I heard this before. Okay. Yeah, so it's up there on the scan now. It's got 6 million shares traded, making its way towards the top. So it's let's see, it's still under 30%, but it's about 5 million away from AZI out of Tyler, Texas. So I'm sure it's not a block stop. Hit a top up there of 324. Let's go look at the daily chart on feed. So this is our daily chart on feed or what? Let's see. So the top side here is 505. And now let's see, was this $3, 301 at the peak right here? This could be a possible peak daily level. Let's see, peak daily. And then up here above 502s, I mean, it really doesn't have anything else. So I don't know what to say about that. It's like the all-time highs, I guess. Say, I don't know if we can get up to $5 with that with that catalyst, we have a point there at 3, point there at 502, but I'm just not sure how much fire it can get behind it. That will be a $2 move up there on this you know, this news. They launched an OTC reusable, so they actually are launching this. I'm not sure. Not sure about that. All right, but it does have 37. It's catching up with AZI very quickly. Now it has 8 million shares. AZI only has 11 million, so it may be see what's it got, 36, 35 million, hit a top up there. And I mean the all-time high is all the way up there, 502. I'm just not sure it can get up there. 8 million shares traded though. Hit this 325 a couple of times. Only up 35%. Hmm. It's number 2 in the micro floats now with almost 9 million shares traded. I think it's going to end up running past AZI for real. Coming back down to that $3 whole dollar level. Up 27%. %, so it's starting to look like a 20% struggler. This is my issue yesterday. Had one that was, they just kind of struggle around 20%. So all the way down to 280s, 275s, 10 million shares traded. So 2 million shares from now, it will be number 1 in the micro flows, and we'll see if anything on the non-micros want to challenge it. This is what I'm looking at over here. Feed 11 million, AZI 12 million, and it is running up on it to the down, and it's also going downward. So all the way back down here to the ATR high of 266. That was a 40-cent drop there. Back to the ATR high. Now ATRs usually slow it down, so we'll see if they kind of think about this before they take it any further down. Only up 14%, so definitely lost a lot of heart on that one. Folks. AZI came down here to its ATR as well, bounced off it. We'll see how it continues to hold this 383. Feed. A little double bottom there at the 262s. Coming up and retesting that ATR high. And it's looking like it's going to end up taking the lead here. So right here, it just needs to pass AZI. It's got 100,000 shares to go, but AZI continues to run up, trying to stay away from it. But I don't think they can run much longer. And yeah, AZI is just staying right out of the range of it on the volume here. Very interesting that it could not pass it there. So it looks like more people are interested in that Chinese stock than feed. So we'll take note of that. You know, seeing that feed was not able to get it. That's that ATR high there that it bounced off of it at 384. ATR is just taking the close of the previous day, adding it and subtracting it from the ATR of the current whatever the ATR. So AZI had an ATR closing ATR yesterday of 81 cents. So whatever the close was, it's plus or minus 81 cents. So this was the plus 81 cents that it came down, bounced off of back up here. Feed has now taken the lead in volume, but it's going down. It's going down. So only up 9%, not even holding 10%. This is a struggling day today. Back up here, highs at the 457s. Corner control at the 402s. Let's see if it wants to start respecting the downtrend here. Came down here and tested. So a breakdown of 378 is not what people probably want to see. Going to be some major weakness there. Selling off right to that point of control. We'll see it close this candle here. Brian called out ROLR. ROLR. Ooh. ROLR. This one is High Roller Technologies partners with Crypto.com to enter the rapidly growing prediction markets space. Prediction market space. So it hit a high up there of 944. And let's go look into RO. High Roller Technologies. Micro float. This probably is a micro float. Yeah, it's a micro float. Looks like. Let's go see what it's talking about. It has 59 employees. This is a consumer cyclical gambling. So industry of gambling out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Okay, High Roller Technologies Inc. engages in online gaming business worldwide. The company offers a suite of online casino games such as blackjack, roulette, craps, and a bunch of other games. Through highroller.com, it operates fruta.com, an online gaming operator known for its casino platform, and provides internet-related advertising services. The company was founded in 2005 and it's based in Las Vegas, Nevada. Right. So look at those statistics. It has 2 million shares traded. It's on my scan now. I see it working its way up the scan. The float or the shares outstanding says 8.5 million. The float is 2.24. insiders, heavy holders on that, of course. I mean, most institutions aren't heavily holding gambling type deals. So this one could probably get more and more volatile. We'll see what it wants to do, but only 3 million shares on it right now. So it's working its way up. If we look at the micros, we can see where it is in the list. So these are the top feed up here with 14 million, and ROLR running up the backside of these other ones with 128 million shares traded. Still a lot of competition ahead of it, though. Feed actually went red on the day. Wow. Did a little stop at that ATR and then boomed down. AZI still under that downtrend. Let's look at the daily chart on ROLR. This is the daily chart. So it closed here at 352 into the afternoon, and looks like it gapped. Is that all time? No, it's not. Wait. Oh, it is all-time high. So all-time highs was 846 here. 846 all-time high. That's there. And yeah, so it is definitely trading above. Wow. Through a, well, I looked away for a second. Okay, so that was the all-time high I just put in there. It broke back through there, through a wick all the way up to 1043. 5 million shares traded, definitely making its way up the ladder. It had an ATR of 41 cents, and that's probably going to grow once it opens, once it recalculates. But yeah, this is that all-time high level at the 850. Let me add some notes on ROLR. So notes, one is a gambling one. Gambling. It's a micro float. A bunch of insiders on it. Okay. 8. Damn. Okay. So yeah, that has been the most bullish looking one with 151%, but it's still got a lot of competition above it. Right now, it would be number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the day. Number 6 in the pecking order. So it's still got a lot of work to do before it becomes number 1. Hit a high of 1043. Still still holding right above these all-time highs there. Once it passes 10 million shares traded, I think it could get a whole lot. Whoa, there's a pop. Once it passes 10 million shares, I think it can get a whole lot more attention. Um, but it's got to get there. Throwing up a wick again on a lower high, 998. I really don't want to put any trends in because it's just not super visible, not easily to see. I like to see, closing. If it is going to be a downtrend, I want to see it clearly show, hey, this is sell off, and let's start a downtrend. Right now, there's no such thing. Well, there's the pop. So another break of the high, 1044, and no clear trends here. Absolutely ripping out of there. 240% up with 8 million shares traded. Now it is number two. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still number 6. It's coming though. Definitely coming. Now this is what we call a parabolic move. Like no clear trends, it's just straight up. This is a breakout trader's paradise. They got that little pullback here, little hold above these all-time highs, and then an explosion from 8 up here to 13. And it's about to hit 10 million shares traded. It hit 10 million shares traded, and that's probably going to get way more volume. Going to hit a lot of scanners. All right, it is 7:30. So at this point, CPI news should be dropping. 7:30 Central, that would be 8:30 Eastern. So let's go over here to the news and see if it actually ended up dropping. That side I used to go CPI. Okay, consumer price. Okay. CPI for all items rises 0.3% in December. Shelter and food up. Prices rose in December. The consumer price index for urban consumer rose 0.3% seasonally adjusted and rose 2.7% over the last 12 months, not seasonally adjusted. Index for all items less food and energy increased 0.2% in December, up 2.6% over the year. Okay, so next release January. So the next release data are scheduled to be released on February 11th. So this was the release for today. It looks like prices came on up. Prices rose. So let's go see. Okay. Looking into that. Let me see. Rising. Okay, so ROLR going on up. $15 on this stock. 12 million shares traded, 300% up. Up to $16. What? All right, snapping up to $20 and snapping all the way back down to 17. CPI. Okay, so more. This is more inflation. So in a more inflationary market that we're coming into, and let's see. So we should be expecting prices to rise a little bit more. And yeah, so that's going to be the sentiment of the market today. ROLR has moved to number 1, 2, 3. No. 2, 3, 4. Still in fifth place on the day. It was super duper bullish. Went to the moon of $20 with no clear structure, just straight up parabolic. And had the all-time highs all the way down here to the 8s. This was a gambling stock, consumer cyclical. And yeah, did his thing for the breakout traders. Every single breakout got real dangerous. So back to 16 bucks. So that's a $4 drop for anybody that was trading those highs up there. We'll see where it comes down to if we can get any kind of structure here. It's about to pass AZI in volume. All right, past AZI. So the only thing on micro caps that is still above it is Feed, 17 million. And then on the non-micros, we got NRXP and Beam that are still above it. 3 million shares that'll be leading the micro caps. But feed is down 13% on the day, so it continued to go down all the way back down here to the ATR lows. Yeah, absolutely got murdered. Below, it came pop down here to the 1593s. Top side is 2084, and we'll see if we can, if it wants to pop back up there. This does not mean that it's over, especially with a stock that has no structure. We don't know what it can do from here. So I'm just like, hey, I believe until it shows us some structure or whatnot, I think it can still move. I wouldn't count it out. All right, so 15 million shares traded on this one. Has anybody taken any trades on ROLR? Anybody got busy on this one? Or are you currently trading it? ROLR. This one was called out by Brian, I believe. Let me see. Called it out a little bit earlier. At least we know we're looking in the right, we're all looking in the same place, because this is where, one is the most bullish looking one, so it's attractive to the eye. Okay. So another little try down, but a little too steep to really put a downtrend on this just yet. Need to see it coming to some true consolidation. Pop down here. 1593 through a little low there. The top side of this candle is 1736. That's a $2 candle right there. So be careful on these 1 minute candles. These are not the baby candles. Okay, so it is number 3 on the day now. In both the non-micros and the micros, it's crawled up to number 3. Through a little bottom there to 1509. Top side of this is 1741. We'll see if it can get back up there, but it might need to consolidate a little bit more. Oh, let me go and check if this thing has any shelf registrations while we're just sitting with our mouth agape. All right. Let's see. So it does have a shelf registration from November 12th. There's shelf registration out there. Let me add that to the notes. Shelf from November 2025. And then it also is a gambling company. So that's 2 kind of red flags against it. And I mean, the green flags, I mean, it is a micro float, but that doesn't really necessarily mean a green flag. Because I trade, I trade micros, non-micros, it really doesn't matter. All right. So it came back up there, broke out of this just a little bit, what, 756, 776. And this is a little bit of wild consolidation with about $2 of range. You stuck your big toe in. Nice, Nick Pope. Stuck your water, your toe in to test the waters. Nice. Yeah. 17 million. So it's about to be the leader in the micro floats here. 700. It's about to run past feed. So it's going to be the number one. If this is the number one, I don't want to be looking away. I want to stay focused because that was my mistake from yesterday, not looking at the number one traders, XR and EVTV. I took a smaller loss, but still probably shouldn't even been a loss. Definitely getting a little tighter in here, moving a little bit less in this consolidation. That's some tightness. So if it does explode either way, it's going to hurt somebody. Bottom was 1509. That wants to play here. Still no clear downtrend. Good morning, Donnell. We're out here watching the home wrecker, ROLR. She is crazy. She got set off this morning and she has issues, to say the least. All right, so that was a lower low right there down to the 1514s. No real uptrend here or downtrend. Very sporadic stock movement. Yeah, yeah. I've never really done the predict or I don't know much about prediction markets, but that makes sense for it to be moving like this. And plus on this one, it had how many insiders? 73% of the holdings are insiders. So these are people that probably, have some further knowledge, and they definitely got blessed today. But the question is, are they going to enact this shelf registration that they have for November 12th on a day like this? Is my question. CPI news came out; it was worse than expected. Things are a little bit more expensive, so we'll see how that goes as well. Um, People want to get that money so they can pay for their cabbage. ROLR is the leader in the micro on the micro scanner now. Everything else is below it, and it is number 2 only under Beam, and Beam is getting caught up with very quickly. It's about to probably get overshadowed as well. So if ROLR is the leader, I would definitely be careful of that shelf, especially with it being this high up. And we know these past couple of days, a lot of people missed out on a lot of the moves. So be careful, is all I'm saying. There's a stock yesterday called Decoy that everybody was trading. I'm like, yo, it's literally called Decoy. I wasn't searching that thing. It's like, no, I'm good. Getting tighter and tighter around this previous bottom, which was at the 15 flat. So in order for any kind of uptrend to start, it would need to break over probably the 1644s. It has some higher lows here, but it hasn't been confirmed because no highs have broken. So it continues to just kind of drop on down. Let's see if it actually breaks. Oh, right above that 1501 here. A lot of sell-off. Oh, wrong one. A lot of sell-off here, and we'll see if it continues to hold. Let me zoom in. Barely see this. Okay, so see if it continues to hold the 15s here. Raw. Did break it. Never mind, it broke that low. Okay. It was a little bit lower level there. Broke 15 just a little bit. I'm guessing the hyper scalpers will be waiting to get in on 1570 here. The break of the that first 1 minute candle. But that has not happened. Whoa. Okay. Well, let's see if they jump in over that 1574 there. Bit of blowback. Did that little pump up make them jump the gun though? Are they looking for it to explode? Was not able to break out on that. Bit of weakness. Came down to a lower level. Low is 1477. Let's see if it wants to retest these lows. Now I'm guessing 81. Oh, they're not gonna like that. All right, so we got a level here of 1477. Breakdown there will be some major weakness. I know that the folks that want to do the 1 minute high break are looking for that 1570. We're gonna see who wins here. This is a very tight range and a lot of danger on either side. If you're short, it pops back up here to 17. That's a $2 loss. If you're long and it pops down, you know, up there's the break of the first 1 minute. Let's see they get joked in here. Oh, shorts are getting their little britches twisted. Back up there to the 17. Okay. And I don't know if it's done yet. Let's see. Saw all of that sell off and I was like, interesting. Let's see what happens here. But right up there to that $17. Now let's go ahead. This is starting to look like a little bit of a downtrend. We'll go ahead and put that in there. See if it starts to respect this downtrend and break down this 1477. I have about 9 minutes until my meeting, so I am about to get ready to jump off of here. But this is looking like the stock that everybody is looking at for today. It does have a shelf registration. It is a gambling company, so you know we're gonna see how much it actually ends up cooking people today. Has a little bit of a downtrend, but this has not been certified yet. Probably needs to be tested a little bit more. It could pop through here at the open, but Just looking at the beginning structure of a downtrend. If I need to reset it, I'll reset it, but I'm not sure if it's done going up or down. Low here, 1473. Let's go ahead and get that marked up. Got a little bit of an idea of an uptrend. I do my trend lines on the 1 minute. 5 minute just is a little bit too bulky for me, that I've noticed. But yeah, we'll see how it ends up holding this up. Got 8 minutes left. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Got another. Wait, what's this? Oh, that doesn't have any catalysts. All right. Well, yeah, ROLR going to be the main suspect today behind that CPI news. We also have like 3 speakers today, or for the rest of the week. More and more indecisive things hitting the market. See if anybody slips up with some of their verbiage. But yeah, I got to jump out of here. And as always, see y'all. Well, looks like it's about to test that so-called uptrend. That test here in a second. Got the uptrend. We got what we think is a downtrend. So both of these are just thoughts. We're not sure. Definitely in that upside for sure. Will it hold it down? Double top there. Bottom side of this is 1602. Okay, you'll need to break 1602 down here to be really weak. Where's the point of control? Point of control is all the way at 855. So there hasn't been that much volume traded up here. Point of control should have been jumping up with the volume. Crazy. Here of 64. So yeah, this is invalidating this this downtrend, but it is holding above what looked like some type of uptrend. Which one is actually following? A couple of ideas here, but it'll show itself here soon, I guess. So that invalidates this downtrend. This will be the new level that I'll be setting that downtrend at this almost double top there. Let's see if it breaks back over. Small little break over that 1836. Top side was 1864. See how it holds this uptrend. There's room all the way back down here to the 1578s. Anyway, I got to jump off of here. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. And as always, see you in the next one. Peace. See.